Good morning. I'm on my lunch break right now. I should go outside and get some sun, but I'm tired. I'm fatigued. It's been a morning at work. I haven't gotten a lot accomplished, but I've gotten a lot of hard jobs accomplished. Credit cards, something called digital orders, which it's not really worth explaining. But I don't have the encephalopathy. I don't have the brain fog or the confusion. But it's hard to think when I'm this fatigued at the same time. I'm actually really late for my lunch because I was working on an order for Icy, believe it or not. I order phones for Icy Company, which is fine. I was up all night, confronting my mortality. This is the second night this week I just haven't been able to sleep. And it does add to the fatigue. I don't know. I'm worried about the portal hypertension. I'm worried about my varices bursting. I'm worried about getting ascites and having to be tapped and getting a shunt. I'm worried about having to be on the encephalopathy medications forever. I mean, on one hand, it's good to know why I'm so fatigued. But still, I hate it. I really hate it. And it's not like I can just go to the doctor and say, okay, well, what do you have for fatigue? Just like they don't have anything for the itch, which, by the way, is calming down a lot. It's mostly at night now, and I can ignore it, and I think a lot of it is psychosomatic at this point. Because, the more I scratch, the more I itch, but I can just not scratch. But I expect to scratch. Like, right now I'm thinking and my legs are itching. But it doesn't seem to... it is all over, but it's mostly in my legs and feet. And sometimes in my hands. Which I don't have the nails, I don't have the red palms, I don't have the muscle atrophy. I don't have the bad symptoms yet, but they're coming, and that scares me. Because they're not going to give me a transplant without the bad symptoms. So I'm going to have to go through it all. The liver belly, the spider veins, all of it. I don't know. I know I've said before, I seriously doubt all these people that are like, yeah, I had cirrhosis, and I've done this before, and, I was on the verge of death, my stomach was, 3 feet out of my body, and, bleeding varices, and, I just, went out for a run every day, and drank some coffee, and now it all cleared up, and I'm perfect, and I'm never gonna need a transplant. It's of all the things that didn't happen the most. You just didn't have sorry about the language. You just didn't have cirrhosis. Probably had something else, probably fatty liver. I feel like everybody in my life has fatty liver. What is up with our livers? Why are we all sick all of a sudden? I know my brother's like, well, it's the vaccine, but my brother kind of wears a tinfoil hat a little bit, which that is okay. That is okay. I mean, I'm a skeptic on everything, including conspiracy theory stuff, because I don't believe that human beings are smart or together enough to be able to fully carry out a conspiracy. I think the default position of every human is kind of incompetence. And that's where the bad stuff comes from. I mean, I'm sure there are conspiracies, like, bankers and rich people, and the fact that, we don't get paid anything and so on and so forth. And, how insurance is essentially predatory. But the kind of conspiracies my brother talks about is like, really? You think you have that much faith in people that they could carry this off? Because the thing is, the reason people get caught is because someone talks. So it's just best, if you're doing something wrong, to not involve other people. And you can't have a conspiracy without other people. I'm sorry, I'm babbling nonsense. I'm just so tired. This is what I do. I have had alcohol in my life, but you could probably count on my fingers and toes how many times. But on the rare occasion I would get drunk, I was a talkie drunk. I'm not a talkie stoner. I'm more of a, when I get stoned, I just want to sort of like zone out and pay attention to the TV. But on the very few occasions when I would be drunk, and you can count on my fingers and toes the amount of times I've had alcohol. You can count on probably just one hand the amount of times I've been drunk. Off the top of my head, I can think of 3 times. So I'm just babbling out of just sheer tiredness, I suppose, to keep myself awake. I'm tired. And I don't mean the fatigue, I mean I'm tired of fighting this. I know, it hasn't even been 6 months. Like, some people fight this for years. I get that, and I will fight it. But I'm tired of it today, right now. Because it's fatiguing me. I mean, if fatigue is the worst symptom I'm going to have for a while, sure, fine. I'll take it. But, I wish there were something I could do. Like, I was chatting with my team this morning, and I was in a bad place. I was like, I'm nauseated, but I'm afraid to throw up because I don't want my varices to burst. And I know they're small and they're not at risk of bursting, but I don't want to tempt fate. So I'm like, please, does anybody have a nausea cure? Anything. Soda didn't help. Ginger's not helping. And they came up with a few things. One of the things was peppermint, which actually did help. That was the thing that helped me, but also some tea would have helped. So that was good. One of the suggestions was take vitamin D for your fatty liver. I'm like, oh, if only it were just fatty liver. Oh. It's not funny, it's heartbreaking, but it's funny because it's me. I can laugh. Anybody can laugh, it's fine. A little gallows humor never hurt anybody, especially me. I guess I'd better go scavenge for something to eat. It's been a minute, and I've got afternoon pills to take. So thank you for indulging me in my babble. Some days I just talk aimlessly when I should just not make a video. And some days I have something to say. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you later.